Hello, welcome to my channel, High Priestess 1111 Tarot. This is a general reading. It's an end of the year extended forecast for Scorpio for the end of October through the end of December 2020. I've already pre-shuffled your cards, but we're going to go ahead and see what energy is coming out for Scorpio during Scorpio season. Happy birthday, Scorpio, whether it was just recently at the end of October here or coming up here in November. Sending my love and light and well wishes to you in this birthday season, in this intense time. If there's ever a sign that knows how to handle the intensity, it's definitely you, Scorpio. All right, so calling love and light in the 7 directions. Looking for guidance, information, clarity, and support for my Scorpios. Okay, we had a bunch come out. So we have the Knight of Swords. Information, education, doing some research or some surveillance. The 6 of Swords, more air energy. So that's moving on, moving forward, moving towards new horizons, going towards something in alignment, right? Moving towards what brings you joy. 7 of Cups. So this can be considered a card of abundance. There's a lot of options coming to you. There's a lot of choices, perhaps, and it could feel overwhelming or confusing. But there's a lot of energy coming your way, Scorpio, and that's water energy there. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Oh my, the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, abundance, fulfillment, happy home and family, long-term stability. Beautiful cards. Okay, we have the 5 of Wands, but it's in the reverse. So that's a good sign. I feel like if there was some conflict happening, this is fire energy, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, particular Sagittarius. But if there was any conflict, it seems that the conflict has passed and there is now a time of peace and calm. Pull a few more cards for Scorpio. Okay, so we have the 7 of Swords. Someone might have walked away from a scenario without being fully honest, without being fully truthful, withholding some information or emotions from a situation, or whatever resolved this conflict. It could have felt unfair, like somebody got away with something. The 7 of Swords is like the thief card. I also think of it as like running away, or people that are not able to reveal all their swords, all their thoughts, all their feelings to someone else or in a situation. And they're slinking off with that, that energy there, whatever that is. Okay, wow. Oh, wow. Three out. That's okay. We'll take a look. Major Arcana here. The Wheel of Fortune. So if there was something unfair that happened, it felt like somebody got away with something, there was thievery, there was dishonesty, something in that vein, it will come to rights here with this Wheel of Fortune. Karma is going to right itself. So if you feel like you've been getting an unlucky breaks lately, or just it has felt like swimming uphill, or like like the universe is against you, the wheel is turning in your favor here. Okay, karmic clearing is happening. And I do feel like it's clearing away this 5 of Pentacles energy. You may have felt a little lack recently financially or in a relationship, like you could not access your resources, or like you were in some way abandoned or left out in the cold. But this cycle is shifting away from that. And it's putting you into a more prosperous, more aligned scenario, because look, then we have the Chariot, Cancer energy, moving forward on your path. You may have 2 choices. You may have 2 directions that you could go. But whatever it is, you're going to move forward. You're moving towards something. And it coming under this 10 of Pentacles, it's something really stable and like could be long-term, abundant, long-term happiness and fulfillment and stability there, okay? Beautiful energy. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, we have the World. So, it's your birthday season, you're going through a new cycle, but the World typically indicates a larger ending or beginning, right? When we can't have new beginnings until things end in our lives that aren't serving us or aren't in alignment. So this is a big closeout card. This is fixed energy here. So Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio. So this is your card, Scorpio. Sorry, Mercury retrograde. Sometimes I can't talk when I'm channeling. I can't like logically think. But so this is a huge portal that's opening for you, Scorpio. There's energy here for you to be able to, again, move forward towards what you want, towards what your intuition is guiding you. These same sphinxes on the Chariot card are also on the High Priestess card. So it's accessing a balance between your intuition and your mental body and being able to make good choices that are balanced and that are moving you towards fulfillment and stability. And yeah, I'm loving that. Let's just see what's under here, okay? So the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. It may be that you've just made a choice, or that you're feeling stuck with a choice that needs to be made and unable to make it. So this could be read both ways in the reverse. But I do feel like, well, as soon as you set down this pentacle that's heavy and causing you to be out of balance, that you make a choice, you pick a sphinx, you pick a direction, that things are gonna be less confusing and more clear, and that there's gonna be some karma clearing and a really productive, like I said, abundant new cycle here. Stable. And then we have the Six of Cups under here, so emotional balance as well. Sixes are linked to the Lovers in the major arcana, so this can relate to past love or nostalgia for childhood, a deep soul tie connection from past life, or just finding more reciprocity and emotional balance in your current connections. Okay, and it does seem like maybe there has been a challenge here in a love relationship or in a connection. It could also be internally, where you're having a struggle finding the internal balance between the masculine and the feminine. But it seems that there has been or will be some truth spoken. This is an empowered air energy, the Queen of Swords. She speaks her truth. She tells it as it is, and she's really willing to stand in her power in that way. Whatever's gone on in this situation, with this imbalance here, with this choice, and with this imbalance with the Lovers in reverse, a blocked love situation potentially. It could be family, it doesn't have to be like romantic love, but seeing a lot of indications here that it is like a soulmate type connection. It's ending in a miracle, okay? Wish fulfillment, Aquarian energy. This is your deepest dreams and fulfillments coming into fruition here with the star. The stars are aligning, the wheel is turning, and Spirit has your back here in a situation that felt out of balance. Beautiful, beautiful energy, Scorpio. Wow, okay. Go ahead and pull some more tarot and just get some clarifying information here. The Two of Water, love. All right, well, if it wasn't already clear with the Lovers under there and the Six of Cups, I do believe that you are working with a love connection here. It may be someone from your past or someone that you have known for a very long time. It may be someone that you are connected with from the past, in a past life. With that Six of Cups, but the Two of Water is just indicating a reciprocal, balanced love connection. That's beautiful. I feel like you're moving towards that, perhaps. And there may be some information coming in with this Knight of Swords in regards to that. Or it may be that you've been keeping an eye on this person, or they've been keeping an eye on you in some fashion. But I do feel like the conflict is over, and this, whatever this like withholding of information and this feeling of lack and abandonment, I feel this is all shifting with this Wheel of Fortune towards something reciprocal and balanced and stable. Beautiful, beautiful energy, Scorpio. All right, what other cards would like to come out here? Spirit, what other information? Oh, here we go. So the Four of Fire. Completion. This is like the Four of Wands in traditional tarot. The 1111 card. So I already said it, but I feel like there's soulmate energy at play here, possibly twin flame energy, but Spirit is giving you signs and signals right now. If you've been seeing 1111 a lot recently, or repeating numbers, there could be something in this message for you. There is some sort of a completion of a cycle, so that things can be shed away that aren't serving, and there can be a new path open here towards fulfillment and a happy home and family and abundance. The Four of Wands also indicates a happy home, stability, possibly like moving homes. If If it is like a deepening committed relationship, there's like moving in together potentially. But there's something happening there, Scorpio, with the spiritual alignment in this connection. Okay, it's like Spirit is really pushing you towards something here. All right. The Daughter of Water. I don't read this deck in reverse typically. So this is like the Page of Cups. The sincere energy, a young, a youthful energy, possibly immature. There may be an age difference going on in this connection that is coming through this reading. But there's definitely an apology here, or a sincere communication of some sort, an offering being made. In traditional tarot, there's a little fish popping out of the cup when the page is offering it. So it can be a surprise. It can be sort of shocking, or come out of what feels like nowhere. But there is definitely, I would expect communication, an apology, or some sort of energy clearing, sincere energy from someone coming towards you, Scorpio. Okay. And we have the 8 of Air, interference. This is like the 8 of Swords, more air energy, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. So this is all about where our thoughts get in the way, okay? Where we bind ourselves through fear, through doubt. We imprison ourselves through overthinking, okay? And so there could have been some overthinking going on about this situation, the way the conflict was resolved, or the way the energies weren't feeling balanced and reciprocal. There's been a lot of thinking going on, and I do feel like there's some mental turmoil here, and there may also be some outside interference, like people in your life saying things about this particular connection or relationship, or just messages you've gotten that are making you feel confused. There's like definitely a blocked energy there in the mental body. There's also a little bit of blocked energy with the 7 of Cups in the emotional body, of feeling like not sure what option to take, or what choices are real, what's illusory, and what is real. So there's a little bit of this feeling of blocked energy, or like an interference happening where there's not total clarity in a situation. Okay, so let's see. Excuse my dogs. Okay, wow. So then we have number 5, the Shaman. So this is the Hierophant in traditional tarot. This is like the teacher. This is higher level learning. This is also higher level commitment. So if there's been a lot of overthinking around a connection, around taking another step, going deeper into a connection, a higher level commitment, moving in together, getting engaged, something in that nature, I do feel like Spirit is really aligning, and your guides and your ancestors are really moving this cycle around here. With, you've got like the World and the Wheel of Fortune, so you have a lot of like twists of fate, or areas where things weren't fair in the past, and it's righting itself, it's coming clear, and there's energies that are karmically being cleared here to start this new cycle afresh. And I do feel like you're either going to start, like, go back to school and do some higher level learning, or that there's going to be a higher level commitment in a relationship that's being offered here, or that is kind of like coming out of a situation where things did not feel balanced, where there was potentially conflict, or somebody potentially ran away, or was being withholding and wasn't being fully honest with how they felt. But there's forward movement. There's choices to be made, like internally, like by tuning in to intuition. But there's forward movement here. There's communication here. And it's leading towards like a big cycle shift towards abundance. I'm still seeing that for you. But here we go, Scorpio. Your card is on the bottom of the deck. The Death card. Transformation. You're going through a transformation. And I mean, a lot of Scorpios have gone through a lot of death and rebirth. It's like something that Scorpios are very much more comfortable doing than most other signs, I think. And so here we are in Scorpio season with a lot of intense astrology. We've got Mercury and Mars still retrograde. They're going to go direct here in November. But there's a lot of shadow work being done. There's a lot of shedding away of old relationships, patterns. Like, even if a relationship stays, sometimes we have to shed patterns, like ways of relating, ways of being. We have to start over in how we relate with people. We have to rebirth certain relationships, situations in our lives, even if it's with different people. Like, there's this need to integrate the shadow and then be reborn in order to start a new cycle with more wisdom, with more direction, with more sense of clarity, right? So that we can move towards our happy ending, our abundance and our fulfillment, whatever that is for you. So I'm liking that for you, Scorpio. I mean, you know, it's intense energies, but if anybody knows how to dance with it, it's probably you, right? So let me just adjust my camera so you can see most of the cards there. All right, we're going to switch over to a little bit more Oracle deck style reading here. Oh, and I forgot to say at the beginning of this reading, I did say it was an extra long extended forecast, but I am doing a lot of extra decks, extra cards, and trying to do an extra long reading because I haven't gotten to all my monthlies this fall. My apologies for that. But my big news is that I got my website up and running. It's highpriestess1111.com, and you can book directly on there with me for readings and find out more about my flower essence offerings and some of the other things I do. So anyway, I'm very excited about that. I'm going to go ahead and pull a few more tarot cards for you, Scorpio, from a different deck here and see what comes up. So interesting energy. The World again. So this happens a lot in my readings when I do multiple tarot decks, but it's a confirmation, right? This is a huge, huge, huge cycle shift for you. This is a paradigm shift. This is bigger than a birthday kind of yearly cycle kind of thing. And there is this beautiful new portal opening for you. Look, the stars are aligning again. You had the star card under the bottom of the deck, under the world here. And I do feel like spirit and the stars are aligning for you and your dreams and manifesting, moving towards what it is that will bring you deep fulfillment and stability and happiness here. And then we have the Mother of Wands. So that's like the Queen of Wands. And she goes after what she wants. She's fire energy, initiatory, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. This Mother of Wands, she knows what she wants. She's very passionate about it. She goes to get it. You know, she's empowered energy in that way, spiritually, creatively. There's a lot of fire here. She's also very protective of her creations. Okay, Mother of Wands. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful energy, Scorpio. Feel like you're stepping into a cycle of empowerment and really going after what you want. Yeah, and the Six of Swords. So it's on the bottom of the deck here. It came up twice as well. We have it over here. And it's like a new horizon. You're moving toward that rainbow. You're moving towards that dawning sun, out of this rebirth, this death experience where you've shed some things. You've shed some layers that weren't serving, and now you're moving towards what you really want, what is spiritually aligning with you, with this, Wheel of Fortune here. Fate is bringing you information or connections, situations that are going to be really on your path and moving you forward in a way that feels very, very supportive and fulfilling here. I think there could be things happening in career and with a relationship with this reading, because there are all these pentacles. I do feel like you could be shedding some things in a workspace. There could be some conflict in a workspace or some unfair treatment that's going to shift and sort itself out with this karmic clearing and the Wheel of Fortune there. There could be some interference in the workspace as far as what people are saying, or things people say make you doubt or feel, think things, have anxiety about things. But I do feel like those energies are clearing and you're stepping into a more empowered, you are your own teacher, or you're finding connections with people in a higher level that feel really mature, like you're maturing here. And there's stable foundations being created here with the Four of Wands and moving toward the Ten of Pentacles. It's coming through a transformation. It's coming through some intense energies. I think this is pretty universal. Everyone is experiencing the Scorpio energy right now. But like I said, Scorpio, you're well equipped for it, I think. Let's go ahead and, oh wow. I was going to take one or two animal oracles here, but I think 3 came out. So like I said, I'm just doing an extra long reading with lots and lots of extra cards. So we're going to take it. Oh, it was just 2. These are both from the Wild Unknown. One is the animal oracle and one is the tarot deck. So they look similar, but here we have the 2 animal oracles out. A lot of water energy, Scorpio, in your element. We have the fish. Okay, and the fish actually is in this deck, it can represent Pisces, the intuition, right, shining a light there in the depths of the ocean. Fish energy can be a little slippery. It can sort of want to slip away into the depths instead of grounding in and sort of like anchoring in or processing some of these like deep emotions. So it can be a little bit slippery. The sea serpent is like one of the major arcana here. We'll read about both of them. But the sea serpent is our second chakra. It's all about that juicy water flow of sensual energy, that orange color. It's about being able to honor our own sexual energy and our own creative energy. And it's a really, really powerful, beautiful card. Second chakra card here. Okay, I'm going to set these here. And then I'm going to read about them a little bit more deeply. Okay, fish. Restlessness, change of focus, lost in the current. The fish loves to be subsumed in life's current. Nothing pleases it more than movement, movement, movement. The roaming lifestyle of the fish may be exhilarating for a while, but usually leads to wariness and slippery relationships. With all the possibilities out there in the vast waters, the fish becomes lost without clear goals and intentions. Spend some time with the lunar forces, dear fish, as the peace and calm of the moon will soothe your soul. So this moon coming up here, this hunter's moon in Taurus on Halloween here, you might find it to be more soothing and less destructive. But tuning in with the cycles, tuning in with the moon energy will help you balance this energy out. And so this energy can be distracted or kind of changes their mind often. So one of the things to bring this energy into balance is to set small material goals and to accomplish them. So yeah, this is that Piscean kind of like swimming out into the depths, but not being super well anchored on the earth plane. So just kind of pulling that emotional, intuitive energy back in a little bit sometimes is necessary, Scorpio. I resonate. I'm a Cancer, Pisces, Moon, Scorpio ascendant, so I'm a lot of water over here, and I really resonate. Okay, so this beautiful sea serpent, healing emotional wounds and expressing desires. So a lot of our wounding we hold in the second chakra, in our bellies, a lot of our emotional wounding, and being able to really express ourselves from our deepest desires is a very hard for some people. So this is an area, the second chakra, sexual energy, sensual energy. This is an area that a lot of people have repressed, and there's a lot of repressed emotions hanging out in there. So the sea serpent represents the energy of expression, whether it's emotions, creativity, sensuality, or desire. The sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire most. Our hearts are at ease and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. We loosen the grip of self-judgment and we let the cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds. When the energy of the sea serpent is not yet activated, our emotions and creativity are left in the muddy waters. The current of expression stagnates in some areas of our lives, and in other places it floods. It is important to remember no matter what the waters of our emotional lives look like, the sea serpent loves us just the same. Like a mother, she wraps herself around us in a gesture of protection. She supports us as we learn to express our true natures. So the sea serpent and the second chakra. The subtle energy of the sea serpent occupies the area of the Svadhisthana chakra, located deep within the pelvic bowl. This chakra is known as our center of creativity and desire, and is associated with the water element. Svadhisthana translates as in her own abode, indicating that this chakra is the home of the Divine Mother, or Kundalini herself. So it's a very, very beautiful, powerful energy, feminine energy for men or women, regardless. And you see how the sea serpent, it's like almost like the Ouroboros with the snake eating its own tail. She's like forming this eye. She's also forming this portal. There's this portal. Like I'm just seeing portals and portals and portals for you. And there's all this moon energy coming through as well for me here, which is indicating just that deep connection to your subconscious. You may have Pisces in your chart. You may have a Pisces moon, or be connected to someone with strong Pisces energy. But there's a lot of intuitive knowing to be had here. There's a lot of working in the deep waters and then bringing that into the world and manifesting it in the world and moving towards your dreams and goals in the physical world. But it also definitely has to do with connecting in with that sense of self-worth and desire and exchange of energies that can happen creatively in that second chakra area, creating projects, creating babies, creating, connections and relationships. There's all these ways that we express ourselves creatively through that second chakra energy. But I'm just seeing like portal. And these eggs too, I'm really noticing on this card. It's like you're in this incubation period, this death and rebirth, and you've got support, you've got spirit holding you in this process of rebirth here. And it's a deep process. It's a really healing process. This sea serpent energy is very, very deeply healing for any kind of sexual wounding or any kind of place where any way that we've kind of stuffed our emotional wounding down into that second chakra. So, wow. I love this reading so much for you, Scorpio, for your birthday season. Let's go ahead and pull 2 more oracle cards. We're going to have a starseed oracle here. Fall into my arms. Surrender, holding the opposites and the extremes of life. Okay, so sometimes like when we're in this state of extreme polarities, when things are really, really intense, we have to just hold space for all of the opposing energies, for all of the choices, for all of the positive and negative aspects, and surrender and trust to the universe and to our guides and helpers that we're being guided, that we have help and support out there, that we can fall into the arms of spirit here. It says, the Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of Source. But at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean we're being rewarded, and when they're bad, perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life, the agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath. Ooh, throat chakra clearing. This life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, sorrow, fears, burdens, and doubts, right? We had this 8 of air interference. We had the 3 of air doubt. We have like the 7 of swords down here, which is sort of like withholding and an inability to be fully honest, even with oneself. So to lay all those things at her altar, to fall fully into her arms, to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I've lived. Ooh. Wow. So trust and surrender in this up and down experience of life. I have a good friend who likes to make an analogy to surfing the waves, cowabunga, sometimes we're on the wave and it's fucking great, and sometimes we're in the trough and it's horrible. And when we're low, the only place we have to go is up, and when we're high, we kind of inevitably are going to fall. We're going to have we're going to have a negative experience at some point, or something's going to shift. We can't stay in that high state forever. So learning to dance with it, learning to surf the waves of life, I think it's something that Scorpios are pretty good at, and going through these death and rebirth processes. But trust and surrender right now, Scorpio. If you're having a hard time, it's all going to work out. You're moving towards something really, really fulfilling and abundant and stable. Let's go ahead and pull one final oracle from the Earth Warrior Oracle deck. Okay, that came right out. 31. El Has, divine might foretold. This is a very masculine energy. We have a lot of feminine energy up here, a lot of water energy. Here's this beautiful stag, although you can see he's got the moon on his third eye, so he is also intuitive and activated in that third eye chakra, the fifth chakra there. Let's read about this card. 31 equals 4. So 4 of Wands, 11, 11. 4s are about creating stable foundations. You know what is correct. You understand that any gain which comes from denying your values and compromising yourself creates a loss of soul. There are times when it may seem as though people who act without integrity are obtaining benefit without negative repercussions, okay? So people, you feel like you get away with things and it's frustrating and it doesn't feel fair, okay? Sometimes that's the feeling, right? Life can seem unfair if you limit yourself to a strictly human perspective, yet nothing escapes the attention of the spiritual worlds. Restorative action and balancing fairness is always in action at a higher level, right? We've got this Wheel of Fortune, balancing things out, karma. According to divine timing and wisdom. So that's about that trust, right? We have to know that these things balance out in their own timing. Stay true to your integrity. Put your faith in divine justice, and you will win in a way that brings benefit to many. Don't let yourself down with behavior or attitudes that are unworthy of you. You have divinity within you and a right to be in the world with dignity, grace, and integrity. Whether in a small matter of apparent insignificance to anyone other than yourself, or in a big matter where you feel your soul and perhaps the souls of others are on the line, integrity will be your saving grace. You can be kind of heart, but also firm, as you refuse to allow anyone or anything to convince you that lowering your standards of acceptable behavior is warranted. Be in right relationship with yourself and the divine. Justice will always be done, whether you see it happening or not. So trust that whatever this unfair situation was is getting balanced out by the universe, and you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to be like all in your mind about it. Put your faith in the good and true, and you will successfully continue on your path. Others are relying on you to be your true self, more than you may realize. You are strong enough to live with honor. So this is a Norse runic teaching of Elhaz, and it brings elk wisdom. This is the soul quality of integrity which places you on the right side of spiritual laws of the universe. In the Norse traditions, the qualities of personal luck, grace, power, and energy, and the ability to succeed are known as hamingja. This oracle, sorry if I said that wrong, this oracle foretells an increase in your hamingja and in your capacity to impart your spiritual energy into your communities. This puts you in a position of increasing power and influence, which your integrity will help you express wisely. In a position of spiritual influence, you will sometimes end up standing apart from others who may demonstrate less inner strength. By refusing to compromise what you know is true, you will be able to uplift those who are already beyond ego limitations of greed, laziness, and boredom. You can bring about a new understanding that one's standard of living is about more than personal ownership of possessions. Rather, it's about the inner state of your being and how we choose to live the life we have been given. Elk urges us to care for and protect each other. We are urged to be firm about what is just and what is not correct, and yet also to be merciful and have compassion in our heart, for we are human beings who will all stumble. If we are courageous enough to pursue a path of justice and truth, the Divine Father, an aspect which elk wisdom expresses through the qualities of justice, nobility, and integrity, will support and encourage us. So that's beautiful. I love that the divine masculine and feminine are both here. I feel this divine mother energy and then this divine father, this integrity and truth and protection. What a balanced, beautiful reading. And I do feel like if there is a relationship coming back in, I feel that there is a need to trust in that, in the progression of that and the timing with it, but that there is a lot of divine guidance here for things that are coming into your life right now. Pay attention what's coming through these portals, and really just listen to the guidance of your intuition, Scorpio. It will not lead you astray. So that is the messages that wanted to come through in this reading. I hope that you resonated with some, most, or all of it. If you didn't, be aware that you can check your other placements. Your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements all could hold information based on, how astrologically things are moving in the sky. And if you would like more information about connecting with me through my website or social media, all that information is in the description box below the video. I would be so grateful if you would like, subscribe, share my channel, hit that little bell to get notifications when I post new videos. And for any other kind of positive engagement that you give this channel, it really supports me and my ability to continue offering these readings free of charge. So until next time, I hope that you walk in beauty, Scorpio. Aho.